What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, and C, your longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time. And we are checking out our WrestleMania recap series. We have made it through 15 WrestleManias, and we are now on a big WrestleMania, WWF WrestleMania 2000. It was the first WrestleMania of the 2000s, obviously, and it was the first time that they didn't use the actual WrestleMania number. Like, technically, this is WrestleMania 16, but they refer to it as WrestleMania 2000. A lot of people have different opinions on this one, but I am a fan of this WrestleMania. It came to you on April 1st, 2000 from Anaheim, California. And to start at WrestleMania, we have Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem. She did a great job. I like that performance of hers. And we have our first match. We have the Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan taking on the Godfather and D'Lo Brown, and they come out with Ice-T, who performs a rap right before the match. Here are some moments during it. Godfather clotheslines Big Bossman from behind. Bossman and Bull double team D'Lo, and Bossman nails a big boot, and Bull lands a scissors kick to D'Lo, but gets a 2 count. Bull nails a backbreaker to D'Lo, but D'Lo lands a top rope Hurricane Rana. Godfather nails a hoe train to Bossman. Bossman lands a sidewalk slam, and Bull lands a flying leg drop to Godfather, and that gets the victory for Bull Buchanan and the Big Boss Man. I gave the match a 3 out of 10. It was not really anything great in terms of an opening match. It didn't really want me to keep watching, but it was cool to see Ice Cube and the Godfather. It was great. Bull Buchanan's son actually competes for WWE and NXT right now. So in all, it's good to see them, but match wasn't great. Next, we see the WWE Champion Triple H and his wife, the WWE Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley, talking backstage. Next, we get the Hardcore Battle Royal for the Hardcore Championship. The Hardcore Champion Crash Holly defending against the Acolytes, the Headbangers, Kai and Tai, Hardcore Holly, the Mean Street Posse, Viscera, and Taz. And this is like a scramble. Basically, everyone's going to pin each other until the last person standing after 15 minutes is the winner. And Hardcore Holly smashes a glass bowl over Crash's head. He pins Crash, but Crash gets his shoulder up. After all of that confusion, the ref gives the title to Hardcore Holly. I gave that match a 2 out of 10. Too much stuff was happening and not a lot of good stuff. So let's move on. We get footage from WWF Access, and we see Al Snow talking to someone in a bathroom stall, and Steve Blackman walks in and tells him not to do anything stupid tonight. And we get to see Steve Blackman and Al Snow with Chester McChesterton, who is a little person that Al Snow introduces, who's wearing a cheese suit. And they're taking on TNA with Trish Stratus. Great to see Trish Stratus at her first WrestleMania. Tess hits Al Snow with a clothesline and a big boot and gets a 2 count. Blackman lands a low drop kick to Albert. Steve Blackman lands a flying headbutt but gets a 2. Albert lands a butterfly suplex to Al. TNA nail a double powerbomb to Al Snow, but Blackman breaks it up. Al Snow lands a moonsault to Albert on the floor. Chester keeps going near Trish Stratus, and Albert hits Steve Blackman with a military press slam, and Tess hits a flying elbow drop, and TNA get the victory. I gave this match a 4 out of 10. It wasn't great. It was kind of boring, to be honest, but it was good to see Trish Stratus all in all. After the match, Al Snow and Steve Blackman attack Chester, which poor Chester. Moving on, we have the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line in a triangle ladder match. The tag champions, the Dudley Boys, defending against the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian. All the teams brawl to start. Hardy nails a corkscrew moonsault to Bubba. Bubba hits Jeff Hardy with a Bubba bomb. The Hardys land poetry in motion to Bubba with a ladder. Jeff lands an elbow drop to Devon on a ladder. We see just a lot of ladder spots. A great match here. Matt Hardy lands a sit-out powerbomb to Edge off a ladder. Bubba lands an RKO to Christian off a ladder. Just non-stop action. I don't want to go on and on about it because I'll It was a good long match. The end comes after Jeff Hardy lands a huge swanton bomb off a tall ladder onto Bubba Ray through a table, and Edge and Christian pushed the Hardys off the ladders and grabbed the titles. New WWE Tag Team Champions and Edge and Christian. Great match. I gave it an 8 out of 10. So far, one of the best matches on the card. Great action. These three teams were young and hungry and looking to prove themselves, and they definitely did so here at WrestleMania 2000. Next, we get the special Catfight with special guest referee Val Venus, Terri Runnels with the Fabulous Moolah versus the Cat with Mae Young. And the way to win this match is to toss your opponent out of the ring. Cat spares Terri, and they basically toss Terri out of the ring, but Terri continues to get in, and Mae Young makes out with Val Venus, and Terri is tossed out, but Fabulous Moolah pulls Cat out of the ring to the floor, and Terri gets the victory. I give that a 2 out of 10. After Mae Young attacks Moolah, Mae nails a Bronco Buster, and the Cat rips off Terry's pants. So, not a lot of good stuff here. It was just the women showing off their sexuality, so I gave that a 2 out of 10. Next, we have the Radicalz, which is light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, Eddie Guerrero versus Too Cool and Chyna. Sky High clotheslines Dean, Chyna, and Grandmaster Sexy double suplex Dean Malenko. Grandmaster Sexy suplexes Eddie Guerrero to the floor. Sky High nails a superplex to Eddie. Chyna nails a double clothesline. Chyna hits a cartwheel elbow and a double low blow. Chyna powerbombs Eddie Guerrero, and then Chyna grabs him by the balls, nails military press slam, sleeper slam, and Chyna and Too Cool get the victory here. This is a fun match, a lot of good action. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Great stuff. Chyna looked great. Eddie Guerrero is going to become Latino Heat soon. I'm so excited for that. Next, we have the double championship match. The Intercontinental and European titles are both on the line. Kurt Angle defending both titles against Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit. This was a great match. I won't describe everything that happened. I will say that all in all, Kurt Angle loses the titles to, I won't tell you who. You'll have to watch that. That will be our mystery match of the night to watch. But I will say that Angle loses the titles, and it was a good match. I give it a 7 out of 10. Good action here. Next, we have DX, which is X-Pac and the Road Dogg with Tori, taking on Kane and Rikishi with Paul Bearer. And this is a pretty short match. Terri slaps Paul. Kane grabs her. Terri runs away from Kane. Basically, the end comes when Terri pulls X-Pac from a stink face. Kane grabs Terri by the throat, tosses her in the corner. Tori gets a stink face. Why do I keep calling her Terri? Sorry. Tori gets a stink face. Kane hits a tombstone to X-Pac, and Kane and Rikishi get the win. I give it a 5 out of 10. Fun stuff, but nothing great. After Pete Rose hits Kane from behind with a bat, while the San Diego Chicken dances with Too Cool, Kane chokeslams Pete Rose, and then Rikishi gives him a stink face. We've made it to our main event, the WWE Championship on the line. Every McMahon in each corner. WWE Champion, the game Triple H with the Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley taking on Mick Foley with Linda McMahon, The Big Show with Shane McMahon, and The Rock with Vince McMahon. This was a great match in terms of eliminations. Big Show gets eliminated first after The Rock hits Big Show with a chair, and he nails a rock bottom. I'm sorry, Mick Foley hits Big Show with a chair. Rock hits a rock bottom, and he gets a 3 count. Big Show is gone. We then see great action between Triple H, Mick Foley, and The Rock, where each person is teaming together. Triple H hits Mick Foley with a chair, nails a pedigree on the chair, and Foley is gone. However, Foley hits Triple H with a barbed wire 2x4, and we're down to The Rock and Triple H. Vince comes out, punches Triple H. Shane attacks Vince McMahon from behind and runs Vince into the TV camera. Shane hits Vince with the TV camera, but Vince is able to punch Shane, kicks him. Shane hits Vince with a chair. Vince starts to bleed. Pat and Briscoe bring Vince to the back. We then see a moment where Rock catapults Triple H into Shane. Rock nails a rock bottom. Vince attacks Shane, and then Vince hits The Rock with his steel chair, and then he nails him a second time, and Triple H retains the championship after Vince McMahon turns on The Rock. I gave this match a 7 out of 10. Good main event. It was a little long, but a lot was happening, and it was a decent match. After Vince, Stephanie, Shane all make up, Rock attacks Triple H, nails a rock bottom to Vince McMahon. Stephanie slaps the Rock. Rock hits her with a rock bottom and a people's elbow. And all's well as with the world at the end of WrestleMania 2000. This was a great show. The best matches on the card were the Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle match, the Chyna and Too Cool versus Radicalz. The triangle ladder match was good, and the main event was great. All in all, WrestleMania 2000 was a good starting point for the 2000s. I give this WrestleMania a grade of 7 out of 10. Next, we're going to be talking about one of the most famous and greatest WrestleManias of all time, WrestleMania 17 from Houston, Texas. It's a huge show with a great card. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Let me know what are your thoughts about this WrestleMania. What were your favorite matches and moments from WrestleMania 2000? What would be your grade for it? Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, that's also where you can check us out. We're also available on X. Just search the Uncensored Brawl, and we're there. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.